Welcome everybody and a Merry Christmas to everybody. Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. It's a beautiful day, Christmas Day here in the den. I want to welcome you all to have a Merry Christmas and join in just a dumb little project here. I'm going to strip this Black & Decker 4-bay toaster apart real quick. And I need the elements inside, the heating elements. So that's about it. They're going to be the flat style, but this is kind of what I'm looking for. Is I want the nichrome wire. It looks like a spring, but it's not. It is actually heating element wire. It's a resistant wire type deal. So that's it. It's just Christmas, man. That's awesome. I hope everyone out there seriously is having a great time with your family and your friends and making the best situation that they can and really enjoying themselves. And especially with the kids too. Enjoy. Remember, we're only here for a short time, you know? So just enjoy it. We always forget that in the big mishmash of life. So, what do we got? This is, like I said, a Black & Decker 4-bay. It has the bagel. It's the bagel bite kind. It is able to hold a bagel too and not get stuck like the old ones used to and freak out and then start burning. Yep. Remember them old days. And, oh yeah. I pulled the knobs off already and they're a pain. They were a nightmare. But you can see how much fun them are. The center has a little dimple in it, and then these actually lock into the plastic here to hold them on, and they're like keyed. And the one thing I was really crazy, like floored about, was getting the stupid handles off. They're really like not fun to get off, but basically is what you got to do is just pry it. I'll take it off there. See how it's just pry it off and it's cantilevered kinda. See how the bottom, basically the bottom is hooked in here. Okay, actually I'll put it like this. Hooked in like this, okay? You can see. And it's not pulling up on it, you're not gonna get it out. You're just gonna rip it apart. It was tough enough actually I ended up prying out the right way magically by guessing. But is what you got to do. You got to pull it out of these notches here. It just snaps in here where the bottom it's kind of locked in. You'll see the mechanism when we get to it. That's pretty much the key to it, is to give it a good, see, just not fun. There's one side, so this side's good. And wow, and it's already been out once. Yeah, them are fun, man. Fun, odd setup. But anyways, I'll show you another little odd setup. But anyways, on the bottom here, we can see we had 3 screws on the top here, 1, 2, and 3, and the bottom 1, 2, and 3. And the middle one right here was actually an oddball. It's a typical locking screw. I bounced it somewhere, I don't know where it is, but I show it to you. So if you do have one you're taking apart, all I can tell you that's on this bit is an 8. So I call it a U8 would be what I would name it, but that's what you needed to get right in there and get that out, because the way they're tucked in there and with the lighting in that, it's hard to see what exactly you're up against. And yeah, very, very strange that they would do that. Put that locking mech. Just one screw in there that does that. And I've actually made oh yeah, you know what? It's right here. Here, I'll show you what I'm into. Yeah, that's my drawer full of goodies. This one, yeah, right here. This is for a fuel tank shut off. So I made that. Actually, it's just a bit. It's actually broken. You can see this is broken, the housing for the bit, but that was just a beat up flat bit that I just carved out. So they're easy enough to make, you know. That's the thing, people forget. you get around and you see people even throwing them out sometimes, or giving them away, or just getting rid of them for pennies on the dollar, is old screwdrivers, old stuff like that. But that might be, besides the handles, that might be another reason to grab them, you know. Grab an old crusty screwdriver just for that, to carve it apart for that. You can make it any size you want. But anyways, then once you get the screws out, the top flips off. You gotta flip it forward. Come on now. And you got two down in here. See them bands? I already got them pulled off, but I wanted to show you. So you gotta flip it forward like that, because once you start pulling up, you're gonna be pulling on these like this. Get out of the way, stupid hands. Man, they're always in the way. It's so annoying. Why do I have so many? Oh, that's one thing I want to mention too, is I get angry and violent, and I'm like, I'm gonna break stuff and this and that. A lot of it, most of it, it's total shtick, guys. I'm cracking up. Sometimes my buddy's here just watching as I do it. He's like rolling, laughing at me. I mean, it's total like shtick. So don't think like I just take something after a video and just smash it, you know. So, I mean, I got the proof, man. I got 4 years in a row. I won class clown in high school. So, yeah, all the way through my high school days, 4 years, uncontested. No one stood a chance. So, I mean, you kind of tells you I ain't making it up here. Now, I've never seen it set up like this. Now, you can see that the board here is set up. It's got the 3 buttons for bagel, toast, and frozen on there. So, and then it's I'm guessing some type of potentiometer set up. So we'll get these 2 screws out. Well, I guess there'd be 4 altogether. And then it even looks like the board's clipped in too. So hopefully we get some type of potentiometer here. I just recycle the screws. They got the cut end. They kind of suck. They're a pain in the rear. The ends, instead of having a nice point, they're just cut right off. So, yeah, suck. They suck. And the other thing is, what was the other thing? Yeah, I love getting the comments and that from you guys. I tell you, I have the whole reason I'm doing the whole YouTube thing. To begin with, it wasn't really my partay, wasn't really into it. It was something kind of my doctor suggested, actually, that would help me in dealing with the memory and head issues that I'm having. So it was her idea, and I actually totally agreed with it, because it's something that it won't hurt. And honestly, I started thinking of it, well, at least I'll have stuff that I work on documented, you know, so I can go back and look at how I did it last time and pulled something apart or this or that. So this is pretty much junk. That's all plastic, buttons, you know, so that's all junk there. I'll look. I don't think there's a PE recycle Pete guy on them, but let's see what we got here. We got, like I say, it's just a dumb old toaster, but I do need heating elements. There should be, I'm guessing, 4. There'll be 4 of them. So is that it? I know there's more. Oh yeah, back here. Yeah, the heating elements are it's something I'm working on. I'm getting to I lied. I have to admit, I lied in my other video, or my desoldering iron, about the 10th video I made of it, where I found the heating element is dead again, and I swore I'd never buy one again. Well, I had to buy one. I got one coming. But I'm going to check that one out, and I want to get the measurements and everything on it and see how much wattage it's using and is variable to... I want to make something up. And you'll see once I get this apart what I mean by the heating element. It's basically, it's just flat wire instead of the rounded stuff that you're used to, or coil spring. It's just flattened. just nipping them little nubs to hang the wires out of the way. They gotta be real careful here that when all the attention is paid in this setup to keeping, oh, my decorations are all over, and to keeping everything away from where the heat will be is contained inside here. So that's their goal. I know there's got to be screws here. I can't believe there isn't. I know I got screws in the bottom, but these are just going to be, there ain't really much to this. It's just pretty much going to run right to the board, right to the heating elements, which is basically a big flat board. About the size of this, you know, about the size of the whole tray piece that you see down inside of. That one ain't gonna come out. Oh, there's another one right there, huh? That's probably gonna pull that. Don't know how many I gotta take out here. This one's a little fancier than any I've ever. This is the one with first one with actual, I think, electronics I've taken apart. Or if I have, I don't remember exactly. But that's a statement, don't say much. Come on, get out of there. Kidding me? You kidding me? You took a sledgehammer to you. Oh, I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves for the time off that you have with your friends, family, and everything. Always with someone who cares about you. It's always a good time. Unbelievable trying to pull them screws out. They're just tucked right in there. They do not want to budge. They're nice screws though, got the nice points to them. And that's it for that. There's 1, 2, 3. What is that? Oh, that's just a dimple, but there's a screw there. Now I'll get the board off first. I'll get this one while I'm here. The back ones I think I can leave till I pull the whole metal housing off. Yeah, I'm used to the ones that have the pretty much the thermostat with it snaps all together. It's a mechanical thermostat pretty much. By how much you turn the dials, how much the tension on it goes. Really? That tight? Why is it that tight? It's hard to believe. Nothing real fancy going on here, but I figured I'd slap together something for Christmas. Why not? First year of Christmas, so come on. Hope I feel good for New Year's. I want to have one for then and do the New Year's Eve. That'd be cool to do one. I can't do it live or nothing like that. Oh, I said I'll do them later. So what's going on here? Why are you telling me that these are that tight? Oh, you know what? You know what? Maybe. Oh, okay. I was gonna say maybe through the heat through the years. I honestly, this thing was. I opened it up and really cleaned it out. I didn't take anything apart out of it. Just the screws out of the bottom, like I said, but it was brutal. It was disgusting with a capital. It was brutal, guys. Yeah, you'll see kind of what I mean as I open this. Where there's a spot where I really couldn't get in the scrub, so you'll totally understand what I meant. There was shit falling out of it all over the place. Just molded bread, just like this stuff here, but worse, much worse. Sitting in the bottom, it was brutal. Brutal. Come on. See, like problem with the magnetic, this one's really strong magnetic screwdriver. It's when you're trying to get down a fussy spot like that, the metal keeps pulling you around. Alright, them are declipped. Them can come off. I'm not gonna mess around. I'm just snipping. Snippy snip. These are coming off. Just leave enough to, so if I try to lay the board out, see what's what, or identify a component, maybe it'll help. Just to get it done, then I gotta go to Christmas with my family. which I always think a video will be like 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the most. Every time I get done, I'm like, oh my god, 35 minutes? Are you kidding me? It's like, I felt like it was like 10 minutes. I'm like, that can't be right. That happens like every single time. It blows my mind where the time goes when once I hit record, man. It's like just time goes to warp speed. It's crazy. That's one thing. That's one thing I realized about making videos. That, and they are so true. That is absolutely true. What can go wrong will go wrong when the video's on. You could do something 100 times, rehearse it. Once the video hits, once you hit record, it's freaking throw the sails into the wind and give her hell. You don't know what's gonna come up or happen, or I mean, that's the way it goes. It's crazy. It's absolutely nutty how that works out like that. Alright, after this one we should open up to see exactly what we're looking for on this. I'm gonna get this, I'll clean up later. We can see what we got. Looks like a PTC here, a little guy. Yep, another one over here. Just got your, looks like your incoming capacitor. Where was our mains coming in? It was these two black ones here. Okay. Bouncing. Yeah, a little transformer for each side. You got your capacitor dropper. Oh, what is that red one? Oh, that's the wire, duh. With the relay, pretty much it's just kicking in a relay. That's what it's really doing. And the relays have anything to do with this? Wonder if these are for, if that was like that on the front. Oh, you know what? These are sensors. They're like switches. They sense that when it's down or not. So that's all these are doing. These little metal contacts here. If you guys can see, all right. See it? Like I said, it's still a little bit nasty. Whoa, fumble. But I don't want to bore the crap out of you guys with all that, and the bottom of that's nasty. Look at this stuff pushed out of here. More Christmas stuff. My reindeers. Alright, what do we got here? I want to see what the catch mechanism is. I don't see one. I don't see how it's catching. That was an issue I know my dad had. And I just remember how the old ones were. Alright, well, let's get the back off. Let's get this show on the road, get finished up here. Take a puff. Oh, Christmas is such a good time. That was the one thing with living when I moved to Florida that was odd, was there's no snow whatsoever down in Florida. Not like we get here outside of Buffalo, Western New York pretty much. We're just, Buffalo, like a lot of times gets just totally missed and it just dumps on us coming off of the lakes. It's just the way that it usually goes. They call it actually lake effect around here. That's so we just get pounded with it typically. Right before I left, actually back in what was that, like 2001 for Florida. The year before, that's why I decided to move. We had, I think it was almost 4 foot of snow in like a day and a half or something like that. I mean, it smashed records. It was crazy. I was working about 20 minutes away. I was pulling off the side of the road because it was the ramp, like an off ramp just on an interstate or a highway, and because that was my exit, and it was snowing so bad I could not see that, but I knew it was turned. It turned, so I just like let go, but held my hands near the steering wheel, and because it was so banked up on the sides already with snow, the wheels would hit it and kind of push it back, want to push it, and I'd kind of help it. It was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. And my boss is like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we made it here. I'm like, I really can't either. It was nuts. We were, honest to God, up to here, right up to my hip with the snow. It was deep enough that trying to high step over it didn't matter. It was still would pile up in front of you when you kept walking through. It was nuts. It was absolutely crazy. We haven't had snow like that in a long time, which I don't mind. I like the snow for about the first week, and then I'm tired of it. Then it's old. Nothing new here, just scrap metal. I'm gonna get in here. These ones, if you see what I'm doing here, I'm just bending these little tabs, just straightening them out enough. That's all. There's no screws, nothing else. Just these little metal tabs to hold them together. Same with this. It's a neat little setup they got, though. I do like that. Cheap, you know, cheap and productive. The tabs are made out of the old metal itself. They just punch it out, like punched out metal. It's I like it. I'll tell you, it's ingenuity. It's cheap, yes, but it is imaginative. Metal punch-out tabs are imaginative. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, come on, come on. I ain't got all day. Thank you. These are actually just end protectants. Again, keeping the heat away from anything that doesn't want the heat. What do we got here? What's the best way to rip them down? See, these are the cords to my heating elements here. That's what these are going to be. And then probably these are going to be feedback or vice versa of what I just said. Oh, in the hell. Oh, my lord. Oh, rivets. Really? Rivets? Not ribbits like frogs make, but rivets. How is that? Wow. Let me try this. I just need them boards. Boards to pull out and not take a year to a year and a half to do. Yeah, it's I'll be straight with you guys. I'm happy, very happy with everything. I have 36 subscribers now, and anyone that's subscribed, thank you so much. I really, really, really appreciate it. You have no idea. I am so happy with you 36. I wish I could contact each single one of you. I'm gonna try again later. I don't think there's a way in the new setup either to just say have a Merry Christmas and thank you so much. I honestly, I am just thrilled. In a perfect world, I would like to get 1,000, and that's it. That's honestly it. And I'm not saying that. Oh yeah, no. As the reason I'm saying that is because I like to be interactive in that and kind of grow like a friendship deal out of it. And I'm not gonna, if you subscribe, I'm not gonna be calling you, nothing like that. I'm saying is what I'm getting at is if you have questions or people ask stuff and go back and forth or how this work out or this or that, it's with me having down days and good days and bad days and all that jazz, it's I can't keep up. I'll be straight honest with you. With 1,000 might honestly be too many, to be honest with you. I gotta cut them. Seriously, 1,000 might be too many. Find out. I ain't quitting anytime soon, I'll tell you that. I would like to improve. I seem to stall. I can't figure out how to get the editing right and what to download and I'm just not very good with that stuff, and kind of once I kind of get an idea of what I'm doing, then it's time. I got to get off the computer because it just wraps my head. I have a hard time being on a computer for very long. I have to do short intervals actually, but just deal with it. All right, that's exactly what I wanted. And see how it's all in the front? That's all I want. These are small. They're in pretty good shape though. They really are. I'll try to get it up toward you so you can see it. That one, yes, it broke. That's what I needed. Yes, perfect. This is going goody, goody, good. And I'm not wrecking them. These things, when they get a little bit older and more, what's it caught on? More burnt up, they become more brittle and they can become kind of a nightmare. Oh wow, there's another one? How in the world do I get that one out? Seriously. How in the world? What in the world is going on? How in the world do you get to that? Oh, I just fumbled everything. These things might be mangled by the time I end up getting them all out. Let me get these out of the way so they're not in my way. That worked good. Tin snips that are sharp will save your life. Not really, but they'll stop you from having a mental breakdown. There's ways. Basically, all you're doing is tightening them up and use a small file, preferably a little triangle file, and just never file toward it. Always go, if you're doing this one, go that way. Get it in each groove and just hit it about twice. Use a small pair of little monocles or whatever just to magnify enough. The more magnified it is, the more you can see the angle, but if you magnify it too much, it's hard to, it messes with your brain, your head. At least mine do. Okay, I can whack these. I need my heavy snips because these can be strong. Okay, there's one. So there's, whoop, just smashed. Yeah, this is the jumper wire that jumps in between them. That's stiff stuff. So let me cut that. Yeah, it's always very, very stiff. I still don't see how they want me to get them. It doesn't make sense to me, except for popping the rivets, which I don't want to do. I can either cut it, oh okay, I'll cut it right through here. Rip it right through here. It'll cut as long as it ain't cutting one of the metal bars. There we go. Now I'll just bend it. Bend it in half and tuck it around and bring it out. And no wires inside there. Huh. But you can see how many times, see the back of the board. Wow, this one's wrapped both sides. Usually they don't do both sides. Oh, these can be tossed. Usually they only do the one side. See? It's just from here, wrapped around a little tab and then back and forth, kind of like mowing the lawn. Mowing a football field. That's how they mow. I see them mow them. And this device here, there ain't much. This is just a push rod with the spring. I got tons of springs, tons of rods. How strong is that rod? Oh, yeah, it's pretty stiff. I bent it, but not really convincingly. It's strong. How are these held? Just slid in or what? Do this. These are just knobbed in, I think. I'm trying to figure out what this material is. It looks like plastic. Alright, I'm just gonna snip them off. That, I'll probably just mangle it. I'll just stomp it into a mess recycle pile. That's all that does. Right. Okay, say the locking, that might have, that's them switches, I call them switches. They are, they did have contacts on them as a switch, but I'm wondering if them somehow didn't act as the locking either. I'll have to look back at them. Where were they? Oh, they're on this board. I'll bet you they did. I'll bet you they... That's what that tab's for, I'll bet. They come down and lock. If it shuts, that's not going to release as easy as you think. There's 4 of them, so there'd have to be 4 points of contact. It's got to be right here, right? What would they catch on or else? I don't know. I can't really tell. That one's got me stumped, bird. What's going on with this? Didn't I pull these? I thought I did. Guess not. Not yet. Cut this. Don't need both of them super long. Don't need one of them super long. Might as well whack them both. Try to make a nice connection out of it when I get to it. There's another one. Yeah, and that metal just, then it hits the flexible metal here. The other thing nice saving too is this not heat shrink, sleeving. This stuff, it's fireproof, fire retardant, whatever it is. It's nice stuff.